What's up, YouTube? Team Movies here. Since this week is Shark Week, and with that new movie 47 Meters Down coming out in August, I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite shark movies. Because there's been some cool shark movies that I have enjoyed over the years. Like, lots of these shark movies in this list are pretty dumb and more guilty pleasures of mine. But I still quite really enjoy them. So, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite shark movies. Alright, coming in at number 10 is going to be Two-Headed Shark Attack. Now, this movie is pretty dumb. I mean, it's pretty much where, like, a ship who's carrying, like, a party of students, ends up being attacked and sunk by mutated sharks with twin heads. So the sharks that they're dealing with have not one, but two heads. And they're of course, the survivors are of course trying to take down the sharks and all. And I mean, they always say two heads is better than one. I'm guessing. But this movie is completely dumb and all. But I gotta say, it is entertaining. I mean, it has an interesting, weird cast too. Like you have Hulk Hogan's daughter, Brooke Hogan, in this. Carmel Electra is in this. Jerry O'Connell's brother, Charlie O'Connell's in this. I mean, some pretty interesting cast members. And the movie was, of course, I believe it was a Sci-Fi Network original, or just got straight to DVD or something like that. So you could tell that that the shark is completely fake. But the CGI was a little terrible, I will admit there. But it's still really fun. I mean, it's just dumb, entertaining. I really quite enjoyed Two-Headed Shark Attack. And if you guys never seen it, if you guys want a fun, dumb shark movie to watch, check Two-Headed Shark Attack out. Alright, coming in at number 9 is another dumb film. And now this is definitely a Sci-Fi Network original. And that will, of course, go to Sharknado. I mean, a shark movie where, sharks in a hurricane are killing people. Or I should say tornado, really, but whatever. Now, this movie is completely dumb. Of course, it's from the company Asylum, who makes some really wacky films, like Transmorphers. I mean, the Asylum has some weird films in their resume. And Sharknado is, of course, one of them. I mean, the movie also spawned a couple of sequels. I mean, there was, of course, Sharknado Hell No, and there's been interesting Sharknado sequels that got released. I mean, the Sharknado movies, they're just, you can't take them seriously. They're just there for the dumb of it. You got Tara Reid as the lead. Ian Ziering from 90210 fame is in this. I just really quite enjoy Sharknado. I mean, and the kills is pretty crazy too. I mean, it has some really wacky kills. But it's still a fun film, it's not like a great movie. I mean, it's like I said, it's a pretty dumb film, but I still dug it. And a couple of the sequels had interesting cameos by famous celebrities, like Frankie Muniz appeared in them. Gary Busey was in one. No, I think David Hasselhoff was in one of the Sharknado movies, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it has some interesting cast members here, and I still quite enjoy them. I mean, yeah, they're, like I said, they're dumb, but they're dumb fun, And it's pure Sci-Fi Network, too. I mean, we know how the Sci-Fi Network takes with their films, and the effects that comes out from the Sci-Fi Network films are not the best, but hey, this movie did not cost much to make, so why not? Anyway. Coming in at number 8 is going to be Spring Break Shark Attack. Now, this is where this young woman named Danielle is traveling to Florida to join her friends for a spring break weekend. And so, during their spring break trip, During their break trip, there's they're surrounded by sharks who are killed, like eating them off one by one. This is also a Sci-Fi Network original. I mean, you're going to hear lots of Sci-Fi Network originals in my list, and I really quite enjoyed Spring Break Shark Attack. It's also pretty dumb. It's fun. It's actually entertaining. I like the kills. Like the way the shark kills some of these people are pretty cool to watch. And yeah, I mean, this is definitely a movie I'll always watch around spring break time. Because I mean, who doesn't want to enjoy spring break with pack of sharks? You know, I mean, just enjoying spring break with a bunch of sharks. Just yeah, and of course the acting isn't really top notch, but come on, let's be real. We don't go into these movies for the acting; you just go in for the fun of it. But yeah, if you guys never seen Spring Break, Shark Attack, you'll have fun with it. I mean, it's definitely it's a wild ride right there. All right, coming in at number 7 is going to be Shark Night. Now, this movie is directed by the late director David R. Ellis, who directed a couple of the Final Destination movies. He did Snakes on a Plane, and this is where a group of college students are going on vacation and they some on upon a couple of waters, and people like there are a couple of people around there who are using sharks to kill people, and the sharks are of course attacking other people one by one, and it's really fun. I mean, it is PG-13, so there's not really much gore in this. It's led by Sarah Paxton was the lead. The guy who played Harvey Bullock on Gotham, he's actually in this. He plays one of the bad guys. You also had Shanika Wallace was in this. The dude from Grandma's Boy, Joe David Moore was in this. Some really cool cast members. Oh, not to mention Catherine McPhee was also in this too. I really quite enjoy it. I mean, it is a dumb film, but it's actually pretty. It's pretty. Dumb fun, and I really quite enjoyed Shark Night. I mean, definitely go check out Shark Night if you guys want another fun shark movie to watch. Because the kill, for a PG-13 movie, the kills in this was pretty cool. And I also got to see this movie in 3D, so had a really cool 3D experience with this movie. Alright, coming in at number 6 is going to be Bait. Now, the film is about a group of people who gets trapped in a supermarket after a tsunami hits coast of Queensland, Australia. And they soon find themselves, pretty much find out, they're pretty much, flooded, and there's, 12-foot sharks in there. It's kind of like the recent movie, Crawl, that just got released, where there was, alligators and flooded and all. Similar to that, but of course here it has sharks in them. And, Shawnee Vincent, who was great in that Don't Knock film. Of course, yeah, Shawnee Vincent was pretty cool in this. I mean, Bait also got released in 3D, which I actually didn't see the movie in theaters because it didn't really get shown around me, but it was still pretty fun. And of course, if you guys don't know who Shawnee Vincent is, she also was in that movie You're Next, which I really like You're Next, by the way. But yeah, I really come to appreciate Bait. I mean, it's a really dumb. It's also pretty dumb. And besides Shawnee Vincent, Xavier Samuels was also in this. You also had Phoebe Tonkin. I mean, some pretty interesting cast members. Julian McMahon was also in this. Yeah, I mean, and the sharks, also looked pretty cool. For a low budget movie, the CGI was pretty cool on these sharks. And yeah, if you guys never seen Bait, it's another shark movie worth checking out. Coming in at number 5 is going to be The Shallows. Now, this is about a woman played by Blake Lively, who ends up traveling to a beach for like some need of solace, and she pretty much finds herself like stranded on a pretty much on a like shallow in the ocean, and underneath her are a bunch of sharks. So she has to try to find a way to survive from these sharks, and she also has a seagull in this that she named Steven Seagull. Literally, cool name right there. And it also, this movie literally showcased of how great of an actress Blake Lively is. Because I mean, I liked Blake Lively before this, but I never really found her to be the greatest actress. But this movie proved of how great of an actress that woman could be. Like, I just thought she was terrific here. I mean, she had, of course, act like fellow supporting actors in this film, but she really had to like carry the whole film mainly by herself. And she, of course, had to pretty much be all alone with a group of sharks that she's trying to take like you know try get home safe and trying to take down the sharks. I mean, it's a it's a really good one. I really like The Shallows, and it was directed by John Collette Sarah, who of course did stuff like lots of Liam Neeson movies. He did House of Wax. Sarah did a great job with this movie. I like what he did, and he really gave. I mean, I even think Blake Lively. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I even think Blake Lively could have easily should have gotten an Oscar nomination for this because she was actually that good in The Shallows. But if you guys never seen The Shallows by now, go check it out. It's a really cool film. All right, coming in at number 4 is going to be Open Water. Now, granted, I'm only adding the first Open Water. The sequels that came after that, which was Open Water 2 and Open Water 3, the sequels were, let's face it, the sequels were horrible. I really didn't like the sequels at all. But they were really cool. I mean, it's pretty much about this couple who goes on like a tropical vacation by scuba diving. And they're like diving in like in open water, and they end up being surrounded by a couple of sharks, who are of course on the hunt to kill the passengers and all. I mean, the two leads, were great, and the movie also had like a found footage feel to it as well. Like, it's not fully found footage, but it kind of felt like a found footage film. But it's a really good movie. I mean, it is slow paced, like it is a really slow movie, but I still quite enjoyed it. The sharks all look pretty cool. I like the open water surrounding of it. It took the place where they shot at looked beautiful. The whole movie just takes place out in open water. That's pretty much what it is. And this is of course a movie about survival and kind of like The Shallows is. But yeah, if you guys never seen Open Water by now, go check out Open Water. I think you'll enjoy it. But granted, watch the first Open Water. You don't need to bother with the sequels because the Open Water sequels are not at all good.
Yeah, maybe they'll try out.
All right. Coming in at number 3 is actually a recent one, and this is a really fun one. Number 3 is going to The Meg. Of course, it's based on a book starring Jason Statham, who's of course trying to take down a prehistoric shark. That's, of course, it's the Megalodon that they're trying to take down. The Meg is, this movie was a surprise. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought The Meg was not gonna be a good movie, to be honest, yeah. But I went in to sing it, and I really quite enjoyed The Meg. You know what you're getting yourself in for. It's no Shakespeare, but it's a really fun, dumb action adventure film. Jason Statham, him taking down a shark. One more key ask for. You don't ask questions. Jason Statham and versus a shark. That's cool right there. know, of course, you had Dwight from The Office. Rainn Wilson was also in this. You had who else was also in this? Oh yeah, Batwoman herself, Ruby Rose was in this. The visual effects on the shark looks cool. I really like how they make the shark look, and I really got a kick out of this movie. And I was really surprised of how good the Meg was. Like I said, I didn't know the Meg was gonna be any good or not, but then I saw it and I was really quite surprised by it, and I really got a kick out of it. I actually saw the Meg last year in theaters with my brother and all, and both of us really had fun time with it. So if you guys never had a chance to check out the Meg, do yourself a favor, watch it. It's a fun one, and I gotta say, I'll be down to see a sequel. I mean, the Meg made some pretty good dough, and I'm all down to see another one because the first one was really that good. All right, coming in at number 2 is going to be Deep Blue Sea. I mean, of course, this is where these group of people are experimenting on pretty much on sharks and all, and sharks are of course attacking the researchers. Like it's led by Saffron Burrows, who plays like the doctor in this. You also had LL Cool J was in this. I mean, who didn't like LL Cool J here? I mean, I really liked his chemistry with the bird. I mean, LL Cool J and the bird just spot on right there. Of course, it had probably arguably one of the best movie deaths I've seen in a movie, and this may be the biggest one that made me jump. Spoiler, by the way, but this movie is like 20 years old by now, so I mean, it's the scene where Samuel L. Jackson ends up getting eaten by a shark. I mean, hey, that scene, I'm not gonna lie, that scene is probably one of my favorite parts. Like, you literally did not even see that scene coming. Like, if you watch this movie, you'll actually think that Sam Jackson was like one of the leads in this, but nope. Turns out he ends up pretty much getting in halfway, through the film. And not to mention, you had Michael Rappaport in this. Who doesn't love Michael Rappaport? You also had Punisher himself. Thomas Jane was in this. The sharks all look cool. I mean, it's just a great one. Although part 2 is not all that good. I mean, I just saw part 2 recent, and Deep Blue Sea 2 was kind of a dumpster fire, but and of course, LL Cool J had that cool song, that cool theme song for Deep Blue Sea. Huh? And anyway, yeah, I really got a kick out of Deep Blue Sea, and that guy who passed by me looked like a Bandit from Yu-Gi-Oh. But anyway, back to Deep Blue Sea. And, Deep Blue Sea it's a really fun film. Like, if you guys never had a chance to check out Deep Blue Sea, do yourself a favor, watch it. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by it, and you don't have to bother with the sequel. The sequel's not all that good, but yeah. Now, what is the best shark movie of all time? I mean, the best shark movie of all time is pretty much the godfather of shark movies, and the movie got released in 1975. If it wasn't for this movie, we probably wouldn't have the films I listed in this. The best shark movie of all time is going to Jaws. I mean, hands down, this is the best shark movie of ever. I mean, like I said, it's the godfather of shark movies. We didn't have if Jaws didn't exist, we probably wouldn't have Sharknado. We probably wouldn't have Deep Blue Sea. Bruce the Shark is probably one of the most iconic sharks of all time. It's directed by Steven Spielberg, probably one of his best work. You had Roy Schneider, Richard Dreyfuss was in this. Just a great film. I mean, it's a classic. It's iconic. Maybe one of the best films, probably one of the best film scores put on screen. I mean, with the the Jaws theme, such an awesome film. I mean, it is of course based, kind of like the Meg. It's also based on a book, which I always keep forgetting this movie is based on a book. But anyway, I mean, this movie, it got released in Jaws got released in 1975, and it still holds up. Like, everyone today still knows what Jaws is. I mean, if you go on in Main Street and ask someone if they know about, like, if they ever seen or heard of Jaws, they'll probably give you a straight answer saying yes, they've heard of Jaws or seen it or whatever. It's just iconic. I mean, come on. It's, of course, probably one of the best opening scenes to a movie, in my opinion. I mean, I just really love Jaws, and also they did do sequels which weren't all that good. Although Jaws 2 was pretty decent. The other one, Jaws 3D, was not. Yeah, but nothing could beat the original Jaws. The original Jaws is just, it's iconic. It's a masterpiece. I mean, yeah, if you guys for every reason still never seen Jaws, definitely check it out. But that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. Number 10, Two-Headed Shark Attack. 9, Sharknado. 8, Spring Break Shark Attack. 7, Shark Night. 6, Bait. 5, The Shallows. 4, Open Water. 3, The Meg. 2, Deep Blue Sea. 1, Jaws. Now, there's probably a couple of other ones I probably could have added. They also did a Three-Headed Shark Attack, believe it or not. There was a film called Shark Attack with Casper Van Dien. Mega Shark versus Colossus. I'm not even making this stuff up. There's literally some really dumb shark movies. Definitely not 47 Meters Down. That movie stunk. I mean, yeah. They also did Shark Apocalypse, or the one with a shark mixed with an octopus. I mean, yeah, they actually did a movie where a shark is combined with an octopus. I think it was called Shark Apocalypse or something like that. But, yeah, one of these days I'm probably going to do my 10 favorite sci-fi original movies, because there's some pretty fun ones there are. But, anyway, let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite shark movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is C Movies, signing off.